good thing, because if this one were played on paper, it might get ugly, but you never know what's going to happen. Welcome to the home of the Florida Gators, Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, better known as the Swamp. As we'll see, the Judicials taking on the 15th ranked team in the land, the Florida Gators. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. The Gators' long wait is coming to an end as they'll put a foot to it and the season will get underway. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Judicials offense takes the field for the first time today. And they are going to be met up front by a defensive line group that is going to make life miserable on the offensive line and the quarterback in this whole offense, David.
And this offense is fully aware of the challenge in front of them. This defensive line is quick, they're physical, they're powerful. They wreck games. They individually take over because of their greatness. It's focal point 1, 2, and 3, Jesse.
They're physical and athletic, and that's the thing that's so dynamic about this position group, right? They stop the run, they get after your quarterback. Tremendous challenge for this offensive line to try and match that physicality. We'll see if they can get it done.
And how about the aggressiveness of this defense? I love this. Don't let them get to the sideline. Kept the ball in the middle of the field, went after the quarterback right away like some missiles, and got him on the ball.
On the option. He's stopped for no gain again. Back-to-back runs, and they have nothing to show for it except facing a 3rd and long. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. A run for the quarterback. He did not make it. A stone wall on 3rd down. And the Judicials decide to punt it away. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. So the Florida Gators offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. When you look at the matchups in the passing game, you might think that this guy's going to be overmatched at corner, but I think he's really looking for the opportunity to prove that he can match up with one of the nation's best.
Yeah, and this receiver always wants the ball. He especially wants it, though, today, considering what he's up against. He told us coming into this game that he should be able to dominate and get a lot of looks. This defense is going to have to find ways creatively to get this guy matched up and covered. They're probably not going to be able to do it with just one guy with that corner out there, David, because this receiver is a difference maker.
No, and this isn't a great secondary, but they're going to have to play a great game. And this challenge is big because he's a superstar. So let's make sure we don't give up the big plays. Maybe play a little bit deeper than normal. Sometimes get a little bit physical. This secondary has a tremendous challenge on their hands.
Caught near the sticks. It's Wilson. Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets him a first at the 29.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that play.
The Gators in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Give to the back. Tough run gets it into the red zone, and they knock him down at the 17.
This is an offense, guys, that really believes in physicality, and that's their identity. So running the ball on 2nd down, no problem for them.
They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5.
Really good decision-making by the quarterback. Don't get greedy. Yes, I can make reads, and I can pull it, and I can throw it all the yard. If I can take 10-plus yards and continue to do that and continue to be...
Touchdown, Gator! A great catch and run for 6. They're on the board first here in the season opener.
Nice pitch and catch. This receiver and quarterback have done this thousands of times. finds the open man, throws a strike. Receiver does the rest, gets into the end zone.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Here comes the offense back onto the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. He'll ride his man on the option, and this one will be stopped for no gain.
Playing the option, man, consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
Gives it on the option. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity.
They get him up, rush, and it pays off the sack at the 20. The Judicials will try to pin them back with the punt. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Let's take a second to look at the big picture for Florida. You start the season top 25. Clearly expectations are flying your way, but with that, Mike breaks into the open. He goes out of bounds across the 25, marking at the 24. This defense, its head is spinning. Few teams improved over the second half of last season as much as Florida. And Jesse, the biggest reason, the play of the young quarterback, DJ Lagway.
He was just unflappable a year ago, Reese, as a true freshman. We saw that on the field, but even in my time sitting down and meeting with him, he just has a poise and a demeanor and a confidence that you don't see very often in college. This is a different type of dude, and they're expecting him to take the next level, and with that, this program carrying it on their shoulders.
Bringing the heat into the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown, Florida!
Yeah, and now this offense building that lead. It's still the first half, but I'll tell you what, showing some glimpses of why they could become a really, really good offense. Listen, you go into halftime, more of the same, right? Continue to do what you're doing, take care of the football. This offense has looked really good in the first half.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. He'll start this drive firing. And the quarterback brought up to and sacked at the 12.
And the defense gets a huge play. I'll tell you, they've been wreaking havoc in this one so far. They've got so many athletes up front on this defensive line. It kind of reminds me about the defenses I used to go against in practice back in the late 90s. Guys like Javon Curse coming off the edge. The freak. It was a nightmare. So hard for our guys to block. We felt like game day was easier than what we faced in practice. And I tell you, this D-line by the Gators, what they got this year, they are special.
Now on the option. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
You wonder about that play call on 3rd and long, maybe just trying to get themselves a little bit more real estate, but it didn't fool the defense. They create another negative play. Now deep in the opponent's territory, the defense has just been dominant on this drive.
And they'll down this punt just inside the 40-yard line.
You know, punt cover teams have a tough job because oftentimes they've got to tackle a guy out in the open field and a really good one at that. But how about their ability to get to the returner and not just get the tackle, but create the takeaway? That is a massive play on special teams.
And this offense has done a good job coming out the gate strong. They've been really, really good. This is the type of play, man, you can give momentum back to the defense, swing it back to the other side if you're not careful with the football.
They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays. We've reached the break. It's Florida with the lead. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. He's got an open man. On the move at the 30. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
Might be calling a hot route. Scanning the field, it's Lagway. A shot toward the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, Gator!
And you always want to get the home crowd jacked up and get them excited. Get out to an early lead, and they have 20-0. Defense playing well. Offense playing well. They got a lot to cheer about here at home.
On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Guys, this offense will go back on the attack. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably scored pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. And the Judicials come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. They want to run this quarterback. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. The Judicials will line up to punt it away. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Well, what that punt lacked in height, it made up for by being short. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Everything's been working so far. They've had it 3 times, reached the end zone on each occasion, and now they're back to work. Makes the grab in the open. Ripping off the huge gain down to the 17-yard line. They knew they could slip that tight end behind the backers with that play-action fake.
Well, it's because I can't win, Reese. I have to play the run. You know, all these RPOs, all these different things. It makes me come up and use my eyes and play run. And these tight ends are so valuable to find space behind. Knew where he was going with the football the whole time because the big fella, he's always up.
This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction, not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
Defenses are put in such a tough spot when offense is getting 3rd and short because the whole playbook is open, and they go with the pass. I love it. They sneak the pass in there. Nice success. Great job by the quarterback.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Florida!
And this crowd was already jacked up. They were already excited. They were already making a difference in this football game, and the offense continues to pile on and give them something to cheer about. 27-0 here in the first half. This has been all home team.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. We'll see the offense make its way onto the field here, hoping for a successful drive. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Incomplete, thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23.
Love to see this on offense early in drives. Getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Now, this offense is just stuck in the mud. They've already punted 4 times, and it's 3rd down now. The option look. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down.
And you kind of thought in that situation QB might keep it, but makes the right read. Gets it to the pitch man, and what does he do? Gets downhill. Get downhill and get that 1st down. New set of downs. Nice execution on the option by this offense.
And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
And you can tell the QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan, and the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand, and more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but into the plays when I can be physical and really make him feel me. I think that'll always bode well in a 4th quarter game.
And the Judicials are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll go to the toss. And he's all bottled up, and now it's lost. The ball's loose. I don't know if it was. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a 2nd look. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. The Judicials will bring the punt team onto the field. That leg is staying loose, already the 5th kick of the night. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. The Gators sending the offense back to work. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a 1st down at the 44.
Man, coaches talked about they want to get this running back involved early and often and create some momentum, and this is a great way to do it. Early in this football game, ripping off an explosive run, get the juices going, and I bet you he's going to get a few more touches today.
Just ran over it. He now has 61 yards on the ground, and he wanted to make a first impression, and he's doing that in this opening game. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Makes the grab. It's Wilson.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him. Put him in the slot. Put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Caught near the sticks. It's Daniels. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays. The quarterback and his unit is executing. And this defense right now, they have no answers.
They'll wrestle him down at the 4-yard line after that run. And the Gators come to the line in the hurry-up. They'll run it from the gun. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Gator!
And man, the defense really needed to stop there. They needed to create some momentum, get the ball back to the offense before the half. But the offense does their job, and they continue to pile on, continue to create momentum. There's going to have to be some questions answered at half with this squad because it's been a struggle in the 1st half.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the 1st half. Rides the back on the option, the give. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22. We've got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Using his legs, it's O'Neal. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. On the move. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And the judicials will send out the punt unit. Wouldn't call it a shank, but I don't think he'll include it on his greatest hits. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Picks up the first down, still moving. He stops him at the 31, but not before he picks up 10 yards on the play. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Use the play fake, now to throw. With the catch, it's Sturdivant. And he's brought down after a nice gain. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Wants to throw. It's Lagway. Dumps it to the back. Grab near the marker. It's Daniels. Touchdown, Florida! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They get him stopped, and he was close to taking that one a long ways down at the 38. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Looking downfield on first down. Lost one deep down the right side. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And the defender is tackled, and that's how we'll run out the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
All right, guys, you've been calling a magnificent game there in Gainesville so far.
The Judicials will line up to kick off and start the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Oh, what vision. Wide open, and it's a foot race. They won't get it. It's a touchdown.
We just went to half, and we drew up all these adjustments and things we got to do differently to take advantage. How about the special teams coming out to start the second half and setting the tone, taking the kick all the way back for 6. You don't draw it up any better than that.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. And the offense takes the field, ready to go back to work. Defense better dig in for the run. Heavy formation is there.
Here we go, set.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. And the Judicials have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Back to pass. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. Touchdown, Gator! The defense takes matters into its own hands.
What a nice job by the defense. Not only getting the football out, the awareness to scoop it up. I got space, get up the field, a little caravan to the end zone, making the big play. And this offense in game 1, man, not only do you give up the turnover, you give up a touchdown, and you haven't scored that many points. They got to get it together.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Gives him the big stiff arm. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And now the offense will come onto the field again. This thing has sort of gotten away the last couple of possessions. They've been a little too generous, David.
Yeah, like a non-profit, man, like a charity, giving the football away too much. Got to take care of the football, Jesse. Otherwise, you got no shot to win this football game.
You're right, man. At this level of college football, it doesn't matter how talented you are. It doesn't matter who you're playing. If you're sloppy and you put the football on the ground or you throw picks, you're going to find yourself behind on the scoreboard.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line. A loss of 1. Now facing a 3rd and long. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Slithers into space. There he goes. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
Here comes the option. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling.
One of the things I like about this defense is their DBs are not afraid to put their face in the fan and go tackle. And you saw it that time with the cornerback making a great play, tackling the quarterback on the option for a big loss.
He'll take it up to the 45-yard line. They stop him and knock him out of bounds.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
The Judicials will punt it away on 4th down. They'll look to pin him deep. A low line drive and not his best work. And they'll blow it dead around the 30-yard line. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They'll give it to the back. Gets it past the marker. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the ground, he's got it again. Still on his feet at the 45. They finally
be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run it out of the shotgun.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
To the air, it's Lagway. Got his man out of the backfield. Puts him in the spin cycle. Got enough space. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Florida!
Everybody's getting in on the fun now for this offense. From the opening whistle, they have been up and down the field. Starters are scoring. You've got backups in the game now. And I love the play calling. These guys came to your school to play in this offense to score touchdowns, so let them go do it. Make this defense prove they can stop you.
On the move from inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. And let's see what kind of ball plays this offense has ready. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Positive plays. That's all you're looking for here in the option game. Not everything is going to be a 70-yard touchdown run, obviously, but if you can pick up positive yardage like that, and the quarterback makes good decisions, pitching it out when no one's accounting for the pitch, man, you'll take that all day long. They don't get the first down, but why would you stop running option after a play like that?
It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. Sends it back in motion. They shut him down immediately. They tried to pop the fullback loose and no running room there.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It was starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the third quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating a negative play. They've got the opponent going backwards.
Quarterback run is part of their game plan. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. With the catch, it's made. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a 1st down.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the third quarter. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Florida on top. And it hasn't been much of a contest as we take a look at the overwhelming game stats through 3. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. They'll go right back to the run. Shakes off the defender.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man in the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
And the Judicials really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. That defensive front just flat whipped them as they knock him down for a big loss. The Judicials send out the punt unit. And that one will bounce and roll out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they mark it. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Bunch formation for these receivers.
Let's go.
Looking for a man. It's Lagway. Finds his man. It's Wilson. Good pick up, a little bit short of the sticks.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but you've got to give the quarterback credit to the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get it done.
That is just demoralizing if you're on defense, right? You're down in the game. It's the fourth quarter. You know you need to get a stop, and you know they're going to run the ball, but you can't do anything about it.
An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
And running really has been the key on this drive, guys. Lots of success right there. They generate another explosive play. Their success running the ball, big reason why.
Touchdown, Gator! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Well, they were able to come out here week one and really feed off the energy of this home crowd. They've been making plays all over the field. You could not ask for a better start to the season.
Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And the offense back on the field, ready to dial up ball plays. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
To the air on second down. Trying to set up the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
Well, and if you're wondering why this offense hasn't scored in this game, it's plays like that. Not only have they not been able to execute running or throwing the football, they've had penalty problems, but it's turnovers as well. And here in the fourth quarter, ball security coming back to bite this offense, giving that one up.
The Gators have it in scoring position on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And they can't punch it in with a first down run, and the defense has one stop.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
And the quarterback takes the snap and kneels down. Typically, you only see this at the end of the game or end of a half. I'm not really sure why we're getting an early peek at victory formation. And the quarterback will just drop to a knee. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. It's good. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, back to your game in a moment, but first we have to show you how the script is being written here. USC is putting on an offensive clinic. They've built a big lead, and this one is approaching blowout territory.
All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown, and there's nothing you can do about it because this one's over. Jesse, now we got to start progressing for next week for the rest of this season so we don't let one bad game turn into 2.
Yeah, there are very few teams.
Turning it And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35.
And this offense has not had much to cheer about. There's something right there. Let's see if they can string a couple of plays together. Listen, this game's probably over, but this offense has got to find some kind of a rhythm, something they can hang their hat on so that moving forward, this offense has an identity.
High the chains now on 2nd and long. Gets the back moving. They'll run the option. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. We waited so long to start the season, and just the way you want to start, getting that first victory.
And the first games are so much fun. You've been practicing against each other over and over all through camp. Now you get to come out, start the season off 1-0, Jesse. Great start.
It was a great start for the winning team. Now, for the losing team, obviously not the way you want to get into this season. There were some mistakes with execution, and guys are going to have to do a better job individually. But that's why you play the games. You get to now go back to the drawing board, get back on the practice field, try and